Hey, sweet friends, welcome back to From the Holler. If you're new around here, my name is Missy, and on this channel, we are dedicated to loving and supporting each other through our loved ones' addictions. And tonight, I've got a special topic that I want to talk about, and I'm ready to dig into this one. Hey, Ashley. When you jump on, be sure to jump in the comments, say hi so I can give you a shout out. I love to do that. I love to acknowledge your presence because you are taking time out of your precious day and spending a little bit of it with me. And I appreciate that. I really do. We are a safe space community here, judgment free zone. You can speak freely. You can tell your story if you would like. You can talk to any of us. We are all over the spectrum as far as addiction goes. There are some new moms or loved ones of addicts in the group. There are some of us that have been in it for over a decade. My personal journey, I have been dealing with my son's addiction for almost 16 years, and there are some that have been dealing with this for 30 plus years. We've got some experience in this community. We've got some time under our belt, and we know what you're going through. And I just want to say you're not alone. And as long as I am able, this channel will be right here, and you don't have to be alone. Okay? So, hey, Ruby. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Randall. Hey, Miss Barbara. Isn't that right, Barbara? Sorry. I'm in one of them moods. Okay. It's been a long weekend, long week so far. We had to travel to Middle Tennessee yesterday to attend a funeral. And then today, that was an 8 hour round trip. Then today, I got a call from one of my daughters in love, and she invited me to go and be with her at an ultrasound for baby grand number 8. And I was more than pleased to gather myself together and go see that precious baby. Let me tell you, in my heart and in my soul, babies are a blessing from God. And I am so blessed. I already love this baby so much. Okay? I already do. Oh, Miss Ruby. Just hold on, my love. No, 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 no. I hadn't read it yet, babe. No upset at all. Okay? Just hold on. I don't know what's going on. I know that's got to be tough, but just hold on, baby. Tomorrow will be better. Okay? Just hold on, my darling. And if you feel like you can't hold on, please reach out to me. My email is in the description box. And if you want, I can type it in the comments here. You can get it and you can email me and we will chat. Okay? We will chat. So I got to see the little peanut today, and he is growing very active, very active. And it was just, oh my gosh. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you. Hey, Marianne. Sebastian, I can promise you, you don't want none of that. Okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, So, our topic tonight is going to be what happens to the children of these addicts once mama or daddy, okay, is so deep into their addiction that they can no longer take care of those that child or children, okay? In my case, it was one child, especially when they're older. Let me preface this, okay? I had a lady who was pretty pissed off at her in laws for taking in her brother in law's kids. And I'll read it to you, okay? I'll read it to you because I've got it, and I'm going to read it to you. It struck me to the core, okay? It did. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story as far as us taking Aiden in, and um, we'll get to that here in a minute. But here's what happened. Okay, let me pull this up here. So this was on probably my very first video that I made, even talking about our story, kind of introducing our story to the world. Okay, very nervous, very emotional, very all the things. It's here on my channel. I will try to remember. I will try to link it. If you've not watched it, I'll try to remember to link it so that you guys can go watch it. And it's just me sitting and talking and telling. Hey, Miss Charlotte. But this lady apparently went back. Hey, Kathy. Apparently she went back to the very first video that I was talking about it. And if you're watching this and you're offended, oh well, you shouldn't have said what you said. Okay? But this just shook me because there are more people out there like her that have these feelings, and it's like, what is wrong with you? But anyway, she says my in-laws had to raise grandkids. The daughter got pregnant, so they were raising great grandchildren. So the granddaughter, one of the granddaughters got pregnant. Okay, so I'm guessing since one of the granddaughters that they were raising got pregnant, had a baby, then they were raising the great grandchild. That's my guess. My husband and I did what we were supposed to do, and my children, in all caps, my children, suffered because their grandparents spent all their, now this is in all caps, all their time and money raising their grandchildren. The middle child wasn't even their sons. How dare they? The family said no, but they did it anyway. Broke up our family. It still hurts. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Tammy. Love you, babe. So I said, I don't see it as I have to raise my grandson. I see it as I get to raise him. He's a blessing from above, and I'll never be sorry for the decision we made. And I mean that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. She said, hopefully the rest of your family doesn't suffer. People get tired of losing because an errant child's mistakes. Someone is going to lose from others' bad decisions. I said, don't you worry about the rest of my family. If you knew my story, you'd know they're well taken care of. I'm sorry you and your family got hurt, but not all stories go or end like that. This is just one tiny part of my story. Y'all, I was nice. Okay? I was nice. I could see I could see we're not going to agree. Okay? She's she's going after innocent kids here. Okay? The green-eyed monster of jealousy was popping out, and how dare they take that away. Okay? Anyway, she said, I've never found one family that wasn't impact, golly bum, impacted negatively by siblings getting out of their responsibilities and causing grandparents to raise nieces and nephews. I know that there are not any places for children to go when they have to be fostered, and I refuse to guilt trip grandparents as we are trained to do. However, lots of people will adopt, and I think it's best to get these children adopted out. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. That's pretty much where I lost it right there. And we need to jail parents who refuse to raise their children. Put them in jail. We do more for dogs that are abused. Part of this is the offender parents get what they want. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? They are in the pits of addiction, but they're getting what they want. Shut up. Okay, that ugh. At least in jail they could dry out. It's sad, but usually the rescued child is always resented. Okay. Okay. The rescued child, the child of an addict that either a grandparent takes in to raise or another family member takes in to raise, is resented only if you're an egotistical, narcissistic a-hole who never grew up, apparently, and you're jealous of a child, an innocent freaking child. They didn't ask for this shit show. They got it. They were born into it. They're having to deal with it. They're going through some shit you'll never understand. But they're resented. And whoever it is that might be resenting them, poster, commenter, whatever, that would be you. And you need to grow up. Don't keep spelling that shit, Dylan. Don't do it. Thank you. Anyway, not their fault, but the grandchildren they raise are treated differently. So she's saying that it's not the grandparents' fault, but the grandchildren they raise are treated differently. Well, duh. Families should not have to suffer because of some false grandparent guilt. False grandparent guilt. Y'all, I may say some words. Okay, I may say some words tonight that I don't normally say, because if you can't feed your children or raise them, stop having them. She then goes on to say, I'm not worried about your family. Except that I don't think that the state should pay for anything either. First of all, the state don't pay a God-blessed thing for my grandson, okay? We pay every penny for him. Every penny. Right down to insurance. So, second of all, you want them to go to foster care. Who the hell do you think foots that bill? Do you think that that money is just magically pulled out of somebody's butt? You know, who do you think pays that bill? Woo! And then she goes on to say, my kids' cousins, the ones that were being raised by the grandparents, they got computers and everything else that my kids had to earn, work for, and 2 of the 3 grandkids are getting food stamps, etc. Disgusting, as my kids had student loans, etc. to pay. Are you freaking serious? Let me explain something to you. And I'm going to tell you this from my experience, okay? When a grandparent takes on raising a grandchild, they become the parents of that child, okay? So it is their responsibility to feed them, clothe them, get them what they need. Are they going to get them stuff for Christmas? Hell yeah, they're going to get them stuff for Christmas, okay? Maybe these grandparents were able to afford to send those kids to college. I don't know. You apparently didn't do a good enough job at putting back in savings for your kids' college, so they had to get student loans. Is that what I'm understanding? Is it? You sit there and you begrudge these kids, these innocent kids, the things that they needed and deserved. Okay? They deserve to have stuff just like your kids do. And just because the grandparents didn't buy your kids stuff, hey, guess what? It wasn't their place to buy your kids stuff. To them, the kids that are living in their house, that's not just their grandkids, dipshit. That is their kids. Okay? That is their kids. I don't know if these people adopted these kids or if they got, emergency custody. I don't know. And I don't care. When you take on the responsibility of raising a child, okay, especially if it's your grandchild, that child becomes your child. It's no longer your grandkid. So yeah, you're going to do things for them. Does Aiden get stuff that my other grandkids don't get? Yeah, because I'm the only one buying for him. Okay? Simple as that. You're begrudging innocent kids that can't help what mama and daddy are. Be pissed off at the ones that should be, you should be pissed off at. That's mama and daddy. Leave them kids out of it. Let them have whatever it is that grandma and grandpa's giving them because they damn well deserve it. They deserve, let me just finish this. She says, anyways, bless you. I hope your child turns around. And I said, gosh. Now you can go and read these comments, okay? Gosh, how dare any of these grandparents take in and raise these innocent children? I mean, those kids surely asked to be brought into this shit show, right? And I mean, they don't deserve to be loved, safe, and secure, right? They should just be thrown into the system simply because their parents are addicts, right? They should never be raised by family, right? Here's my thing, okay? If if the kids are older and they've been raised up around the family and stuff, they've already lost mom or dad or mom and dad, okay, to addiction. They're not able to raise them. Let's spit facts here, okay? And if grandparents can't step in and take them in, or if another family member can't step in and take them in and raise them and stuff, and they're going to go into foster care, okay? But to just sit there and say that that's the first move, they just need to go straight to foster care. Really, they just lost their whole little world, and now you're wanting it to be to where they lose everything. Do you know how that messes? Do you know how just the fact of mom or dad or mom and dad being gone affects them? Because I can show you. I can show you. Okay? But if they are where, above the age of 4, and they have those memories, and you're just wanting to throw them into a broken system called the foster care system, come on. Oh my God. Hand them over to the state for the state to deal with? Are you serious? Do you know what happens? I'm not saying that this happens in every foster home. There are some good foster parents out there, but there's also a whole lot of shitty ones that take advantage of the system, take kids in only for the money, and they're mistreated. They're mistreated physically, emotionally, and other ways. But that's the first place you want to send these kids, because that's what they deserve, right? I'll finish. Your hatred and disdain for these innocent souls is quite disgusting and disturbing. Please get off my channel and don't ever come back. I'll never sympathize with you. I won't argue with you either. I'll just hurt your feelings and block you so no one will ever have to see your spewed evil ever again. Okay? And I also told her that the state pays for absolutely nothing when it comes to my grandson. Your jealousy of these kids knows no bounds, and it's sickening. Grow up. And she came back and said they had wonderful grandparents that did their best, but the children followed in their mother's footsteps. Yes, I'm jealous of the time that was stolen from them. My children learned from it. Bless you. What you've taught your children is to be little egomaniac, narcissistic a-holes. Okay? Entitled. You didn't teach them anything. Your children are probably going to be right there with me, with my child. Okay? Because you didn't teach them anything. You didn't even teach them to respect their grandparents. You don't respect them. Hell, you don't even respect your own kids or yourself. So I know you didn't teach them how to respect them grandparents. Okay? Oh. We are talking about what happens to the children of addicts. What should happen to the children of addicts? Apparently we have some that believe that they should just be hauled off, taken away from their whole family, regardless of whatever, of whether family wants them or not, addicts, whether it be drug addiction, alcoholism, whatever the case may be. My son is a drug addict, has been for almost 16 years. So, no, I am not in AA, and I won't be in AA. Yeah, exactly, Ruby. He still has bad days. Okay? Still has bad days. I do not agree with quite a few of the things that they require and how they see things. So, Alcoholics Anonymous. That's what AA is. Y'all, I'm hot over this one. Okay? I am hot over this one. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yep, they do, Tammy. And if you're not willing to, then you're just, you're not welcome. We're talking about drug addiction and what happens to the children of addictions or of addicts. Okay? That's what we're talking about. It this all brought me back to 8 years ago. Okay? It was 8 years in June, I think, since I went and pulled Aiden out of out of the meth house. Okay? Filthy, dirty, and head full of lice. He has to want to stop. If he doesn't want to stop, there is nothing you can do. He should at least have enough respect for you to do that away from you, knowing that you have issues. So there's that. Uh, if you are 18 or under, you cannot be on my channel. Okay? So, and if what you're saying is the case, then you might be under 18. I don't know. Yeah. It's probably his house, his rules, I'm guessing. And I'm sorry that you're having to deal with that. But until they're ready to change, there's nothing you can do, darling. Nothing. And that's just the shitty end of it, unfortunately. Anyway, I could have made a different decision that day that I got that phone call as to where Aiden was at. And I could have made a different decision on going to get him. I could have made a different decision on pulling him out of that meth house. I could have made so many different decisions. I will never regret making any of the decisions that I made, either on that day or in the days and weeks and months following that day. Okay? I will not. Like I said, I don't see it as me having to raise my grandson. I get to raise that beautiful child in there. Y'all have seen him, okay? Y'all have seen him. Y'all have heard him. You, you know what a smart little piece of sunshine that little boy is, and what he does for me and my heart. Okay? I could have let him go to the state. I could have. There ain't no way in hell one of my grandkids was going to be put in foster care. Do you understand that? And I'll be honest with you, it wouldn't have mattered if my other kids would have pitched a god awful fit, pitching, stomping, slinging snot, screaming in my ear fit. It wouldn't have mattered. Okay? It wouldn't have mattered. They could have told me, no, 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 you're not doing this. I did hear, you're too old. You're too old to start over again. You're too old to raise this child. Okay? It went in one ear and out the other. I paid no mind to it. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And I'll never regret that either. Has it caused problems in my family? No. No. Want to know why? Because I raised my kids right. Okay? I raised my kids to have respect, not just for each other, okay? But for me, for their siblings, for their father, for their nieces and nephews, for their elders, for anybody around. I raised my kids, okay, to have respect, and especially to have respect for themselves. So no, no, they ain't no reason for anybody to worry about my family, my other children, okay? And there is no resentment from any of my children or any of my other grandchildren towards that sweet boy in there. Do you hear me? I won't stand for it. I will squash that like the damn bug that it is. That kid in there deserves all the love, the safety, the security, the stability, okay, that any other kid, regardless of who their mama and daddy is, that any other kid in this world deserves. Just, I can't, y'all. I, I can understand. I try, okay? I try my hardest. And I'll read over a comment more than one time to try to make sure, because when it goes from brain through the fingers into text and all that, sometimes the context can get lost, okay? The emotions can come across differently than what you intended for them to come across, right? I tried. But she just kept on. I read all the comments to you. She just kept on. And she just kept pushing the barrier and the barrier. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 And I will never sympathize with anybody like that. Never. Never. Mm-mm. It breaks my heart to know that there are instances where there is no family for these kids to go to, and these kids lose their whole little world. in the snap of a finger, in the blink of an eye. Okay? To them, it doesn't matter what mommy and daddy are doing. Okay? It doesn't matter. Mommy and daddy, that's still their mommy and daddy. Okay? It doesn't matter. And with a knock on the door, or they get them at school or whatever, all that's gone. And their whole little world is shattered. And bless them babies' hearts. If I could take them all, I would. Okay? I would. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. And then for her to um, say, she doesn't think the state should pay for anything that has to do with them kids. But yeah, you want them in the foster system where the state pays for everything, numbnuts. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? You know, as long as the grandparents are loving these kids, putting a roof over their heads, and I say grandparents, okay, because that's where my knowledge is from. Okay, I am a grandparent raising a grandchild. As long as these grandparents love these kids, show them love, put a roof over their head, food on their table, clothes on their backs, you know, what the hell does it matter if they're having to use food stamps? What is that to you? What does that matter? Huh? We have a set of grandparents not far away from us, and they are raising six of their grandchildren. Now, these grandparents are older than I am, okay? They are retired, and they did have to get food stamps, and they got emergency food stamps last month. And apparently, the food stamp office failed to tell them that those emergency food stamps had to get them through this month, too. So, on the date that their food stamps were supposed to hit their card, I think they got like 76 or $79 to feed 8 people, okay, for the month. And there's no way. There's no way. So, a call was put out for anybody in the community. Can anybody help? Can we come together as a community and make sure that, this family has what they need? Well, of course. Of course. I'm not going to pat my own back, okay? Because if that could just as easily be me. Okay? It could be. Thank the Lord it's not, but it could be. Of course. They can have whatever I have, whatever they need of what I have. There was a whole bunch of people from this community came together. And those people are taken care of, okay? Them kids they're going to have food on their table, and they're going to have some damn good food on their table. A lot of the things they like. We made sure of that. Hi, darling. Every now and then people need help. It's not, you know, a handout, it's a hand up. So what? So what? At least those babies are with people that they know, people that they love, people that love the absolute shit out of them kids. So what? Oh, I totally agree, Joy. I do. Uh, I wanted to make a video on this because I wanted to know. I want to know, just what the consensus is as to what should happen to these kids. Okay, I am a little bit biased uh, as far as being on the grandparent side of all this, and you know, from somebody on the outside looking in, are they really that stupid? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I don't get it. I don't get why a grown woman or grown people would go after innocent kids. I don't that don't even freaking compute in my brain. Okay? It don't. It will never compute in my brain. There was no, in my mind, and I promise you this, in my mind, there was no other decision to be made on that date 8 years ago, standing inside that meth house, looking at that 4-month-old baby. There was no other, there was nothing else except grab and run. Okay? None. There has been no other decision in the past 8 years. Not that's come to my mind. And honestly, it makes me physically sick to my stomach to think about the alternative had I not done what I did. Yeah, he was 4 months old. He wouldn't have had any memory of any of us. Um, he sure wouldn't have had, and he doesn't have any memory of where he was pulled out of. You know, that's just mind blowing. And like I said, I had plans on doing a video on it and explaining, breaking it down like I'm speaking to a kindergarten child. Okay, the reasons why the things are done when grandparents take in their grandchildren to raise. I know Aiden's here long term. I mean, he's already been here 8 years. Okay, and with Joseph being in jail like he is right now, Aiden's not going anywhere. Okay? He's not. He's here long term. He's probably here. He's probably here forever. And I am totally okay with that. Imagine that. These grandparents took these kids in to raise, y'all. Okay? They're going to be, they're going to raise those kids. Do I raise Aiden like I raise my kids? There are some differences, okay? When I was raising my kids, I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a whole lot of patience. Okay? I didn't. I was busy. I had to work. I had long hours, okay? 6 days a week, long hours. I had to work. I had 4 kids to take care of when I got home. I had a home to take care of. I had food to cook. I had laundry to do. All the things that mamas do, okay? All the things that mamas do. I had to make sure that they got to school. They had school clothes. They had whatever it was that they needed. And now, with Aiden, I am privileged. I am blessed and privileged to be able to stay at home with that child, homeschool him, and do I understand why you have kids when you're younger? Oh, yeah. You've got more energy. You've got more get up and go. You've got. But I have more patience now. I have more patience with this child. You know, one of my sons said something about, you never let us get away with that. And I just kind of looked at him and I said, you were never that good at hiding it, I guess. I don't remember, but anyway. Yeah, I'm still a new parent every day. And you know, Paps and I have always told that to our kids. You just, and Aiden's in there in the living room right now into something. I can hear him. I don't know where Paps has went to. I'm listening. Sorry. Aiden! Aiden! He's not hearing me, and I don't want to blast your ears and blow them out of the water. Aiden! Come here! Let me introduce you. He may need help, yeah. Come here.
Yeah.
You want to say hi? What are you doing in there? Huh?
Jumping.
Jumping on my furniture?
Yeah.
Dude. I know you are not.
Sorry.
You gonna be?
I have recently developed snoring. So, Paps is not going to be the only one snoring in her ear every night. Me. I can also snore on command. And I can fake sleep now.
Mm-hmm.
So that she carries me inside from the car.
Uh-huh.
My horse speaks Japanese.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
You smell nice.
Well, thank you. I try. What are you doing? Oh, Lord. Mm-mm-mm. Where's Paps? Well, what does that mean?
It means he's in the bedroom coding while watching the news. I don't know how he does both at the same time.
No. No. Hey, are you going to sing for us tonight?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
I'm tired. So.
I ain't believing, really. I ain't believing you won't. No, don't do that.
Why not?
I ain't believing you won't sing, dude. Okay.
Never.
Okay, are you done?
Never.
What are you getting? His snacks are in here, so.
Well, it's pretty hard for me to get snacks considering you covered them with all these hippie chickpea puffs. Now,
Let me show them.
I love hippie chickpea puffs, but now's not the time for them.
So we went to Sam's. Hang on a minute.
No. Show them this bag.
What is it? It's the same thing.
No, it ain't.
It is.
Actually.
Nope.
No.
We went to Sam's.
No, that one has more.
No. Oh, good Lord. There. And they had samples of these, okay? It's the Hippies chickpea puffs. Groovy white cheddar, okay? I didn't think he'd eat them, y'all. I honestly didn't. And he wanted a sample of them. So he went and got him a sample. He ate that. I had a sample. He ate mine. I think Kelly had a sample and he probably ate hers too. And he loves these things. And they're good for him. They're chickpeas. Okay? They are chickpeas. There's no sugar or anything in them. No dyes or anything like that. And he loves these. So what does Nanny do? Nanny stocks up on these. I make sure I have these in with his snacks. And I think, yep, there's another box up there on top. We will keep these on hand as long as he'll eat them. I'm serious, y'all. I did not think he would like those, but he did. So, yeah. Yep, he's getting tired. He loves them hippies. I can't believe it. He got plenty of energy. Oh, Lord, yes. Aiden's the life of the party. You have no idea. Hi, G-Mom. Well, hey there, you young whippersnapper. I love when they call me Grandma. Y'all, I'm up to 7 eggs a day. 7 of my girls are laying finally. Bye, Barbara. I could never do it when I'm on here, but you let me walk in that living room and Barbara, I can do it all evening. Okay. German chocolate cake. Huh? That's one of my favorites. That and red velvet. Okay? If you know, anybody's interested. I know, right, Dawn? I'm ready to go to Barbara's house. Just saying. I am. Every time I see him, he's so happy. He is. He's a happy boy. Until he's not a happy boy. And here lately, he has his days. He has his days. So, he misses his daddy. Made a pineapple cobbler. Pineapple cobbler. Ooh. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. Uh-huh. Barbara, don't tempt me with a good time. Okay. Oh yeah. There is all the time chaos. He's just sad, Ruby, when he has, and it's not bad days, it's bad moments. And it's just when he gets to sitting down and thinking about his daddy. And, you know, love you, Bob. And he gets to missing him, and he'll tear up, and I'll hug him up and love him up, or Paps will hug him up and love him up, and tell him it's okay. We miss him too, and we do. I mean, hell, I ain't gonna lie, we do miss him. But it's okay to feel the way that you feel. It's okay, you know. Yes, Barbara. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, yes. We need to do a meet and greet. We do. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Hey, Jared, I'm still waiting on pictures from Alaska. Okay, I'm just saying. Just saying. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. It would be. It's fine. Yep. I'm wondering. Chill out, please. You chill out. I am wondering, and my air conditioner's going to kick on now. Uh, I'm wondering if I did a private community, okay? Not here on this forum, but on a forum like Zoom or something like Zoom. If I did a private community, if anybody would be interested in joining said community. I'm letting my website go. Okay. Y'all know I done turned off the Patreon part of the channel, this channel. Um, I'm letting my website go. Probably not the best idea I've ever had, but I am. Even though it took us a long time. That way, if we did something like Zoom or Meet or something like that, then we could see each other, okay? And we could have conversations and stuff like that that we can't have here, okay? Um, Here's the deal, okay? I can't do a private community for free, okay? Because in order for all of us, I'm getting a text message, sorry. In order for all of us to be able to be on and possibly, go, I think you can only go up to an hour or something like that. But for us to possibly go over that, I have to pay for said forum. Okay? And so I don't know yet, Ashley. Um, I'm this is what I've been thinking about. Oh, darling. I'm sorry. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Somehow, some way, it'll be okay. I promise. Tomorrow's going to be better. Trust me. It always is. I'm having ideas. Facebook Messenger. No, because I would rather. Um, oh yeah, I mean, I don't know that it would go over an hour, but if we all were able to see each other and all of us be able to talk, it could very easily hit an hour or better. And with Zoom, the free version, now this was a few years ago when I was doing pure romance, but the free version, you had an hour, and at an hour, it cut you off. It didn't care what you were doing. So, yeah. Hi, Grandma. Y'all, these trots make me laugh. You hear me? Hey, Courtney. We'll just have to see how it goes. And it depends on how many, is interested, how many shows up, you know. But I'm thinking about doing a private community. There are things that I would like to talk about that I can't talk about on here. Okay? So, there are things that I'd like for y'all to talk about that, Rolando, if it is some stupid question, I swear, you will be banned from my channel forever. Okay? Dude, thank you. Microsoft Teams. I've never used that. Courtney, honey. That's all I've seen tonight. Okay? From these trots. Oh, my Lord. It looks like he was hidden. Oh. Oh, Lord. I opened the store, I designed the t-shirts, and that's not doing any good. I started the Patreon, and thank you to everybody that signed up for Patreon. I sucked at it, y'all. Okay? I did. Because I just did. But I did share a whole lot of, private family moments and stuff on there. And I hope that was okay. But I don't know. I need to get some things figured out and get this ball rolling. Okay? Get our voices out there. Get this community out there. We're growing. It is at a snail's pace right now, but we are growing. I feel like I am on the bottom of the algorithm as far as YouTube is concerned. I think there are a lot more people than just me having issues. I see some of the bigger channels voicing their concerns and frustrations and all that concerning YouTube. I know Christine with Frugal Fit Mom. I love her. Okay, I do. I love her energy. She put out a video. Who else? She's in her apron. She put out a video about it. There's a bunch of them that have. that are just like, what is going on? We need to talk about that book too. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Y'all, I have got a bushel of tomatoes, red tomatoes, in there in my kitchen right now. And about a half bushel of, no, quarter. Y'all, if I could talk tonight, it'd be a lot better. Quarter bushel of green tomatoes sitting in there. Tomorrow is salsa and salsa verde day at my house, okay? And I'm going to put this out there, okay? I'm just going to put this out there. There is if you've paid attention to what I have been saying and what I have been looking at, you will know what is going to be delivered to my house Friday. I have something very, very special that I'm adding to our homestead. And it'll be here Friday. And I have to thank my very wonderful, loving, supportive husband for this. It is exciting. It is. Looks like to host meetings less than 40 minutes, cost per month is $13 to $16. But again, if it grows and there are more of us, I haven't looked into, how many can join the meeting or whatever. There is a cost involved. Hello, Louise. Hello. You saw the water filter? One goat cries a lot. You better get two. I wish. I wish it was baby goats. Okay? I really do. But it's not. Rosie. It's not. It's not. Baby goats may be next. Just saying. Just saying. I'm trying to talk Paps into letting us get pigs. I need 2 little pigs, okay? I need 2 little pigs and 2 little goats. We got plenty of room for those. Dang, my video is like slacking. I'm just now seeing Aiden in the video up here. Am I lagging or something? What is going on? What is going on? How's little Aiden? He was just on here, Louise. You'll have to go back and watch him. He is in rare form tonight. Okay? Rare form. He is a mess right now. I'm sitting here watching him because my video on my computer is just now showing him. Ugh. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. Anyway, we are at an hour and 10 minutes, right at 10 minutes. This hour flew by, y'all. It did. It flew by. I want your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions. We all know what opinions are like, right? On our conversation tonight. I want to know, where do you fall out? Do you believe that bye, Ashley, love you. Do you believe that family should take in these kids of addicts? Or do you believe that they just need to go straight to foster care to the state? Because they're a dredge on society, apparently. And that's not my words, and that's not my feelings. I pretty much put my opinion out here tonight. So you know where I fall on this. I make no apologies for it, and I never will. So that's just where I'm at with it. Oh. Yep. You know, if they're just going to bounce from one bad house to another, that's different. But if they're going to grandparents that love them, leave them grandparents alone. Okay? Don't you dare open your mouth and disrespect them grandparents. And don't you dare for any reason disrespect those grandparents' decision and what they have to do in order to raise those kids and make life. Here's another important thing. Make life as normal as they possibly can for those children that have walked through hell and back. Okay? You don't know what all they've seen. You don't know what all they've heard. You don't know what all they've had to go through. But in order to try to make life normal as possible for those kids of addicts, and I'm talking drug addicts, alcoholics, whatever, okay? But to make life as normal as possible for those kids of addicts, don't you dare disrespect those grandparents or those family members that are raising those children. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You have no right. You have no right. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all, I don't know when I am going to get to edit these videos. I am busy the rest of the week. But I will be back here on Sunday talking to y'all. They don't tell them what we'll talk about come Sunday. Okay? They don't tell them what all happened between now and Sunday. I'm just saying. Oh, Calvin. Anyway, love you guys. Mean it. If I don't see you before, I'll see you Sunday. Bye, y'all.